Well, hello, my beautiful Virgo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Virgo, this is your monthly reading for November. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And November, of course, has arrived. Blink, and it's the end of the year. The year has flown by so quickly, but this month it signals radical revolution. Every month I ask my guides about the energy to communicate with you all, and this month the first thing they said to me was, November, November, we will always remember this November. So I'm guessing it will be pretty memorable for a couple of reasons. Well, of course, we are officially dialing up the heat in Scorpio season. It's an intense and all-consuming time for us all this period, and it's time to do a deep dive emotionally, cultivate a deeper relationship with self, initiate more intimate connections with others, ponder the mysteries of life and the universe, as well as bravely overcome any circumstances or challenges that seemed impossible. Now, it is time to embrace, I think they want that card for you, 2 of those cards. It's time to embrace your passionate wild side this month and submerge yourself in knowing as well as following your heart. Because this month it fully supports you embracing alone time to follow anything that you're passionate about, a hobby, a sport, art, music, films, and it's time to really commit to yourself. Now, we do also have one of the most powerful events to unfold this month. Pluto makes its final move into the sign of Aquarius. Now, it will remain there until 2043, which of course is a very long time indeed, and this will lead to so many incredible personal breakthroughs, encouraging a desire to learn more about yourself, especially on a psychological level. So this is an exciting time to explore, broaden your horizons, and try new things. Now, Pluto transforms and Aquarius pushes for social change. So we may see new technological advancements, new governmental structures, and a dismantling of old, outdated systems. I think they want those as well. Yep. Let me just get those neatly organized for you. Now, we will have this energy with us for quite some time, and of course it will have a profound effect on the world at large in the following years. It's not all going to happen at once. I want you to be aware of it will be a slow transition towards some new things. And basically, you know, the last time we saw this kind of energy, it occurred from 1778 to 1798, when some of the most intense revolutions in the world occurred, resulting in major changes of power and, of course, new technology. Now, Aquarius energy, it also rules climate, so we will continue to see odd weather events that are not typical to season, things that are amplified in power, and of course Uranus, planet of shocking energy, and the Pluto partnership there as well could increase potential for volcanic plate movements and seismic activities in areas that don't necessarily see that often, okay? Now, I would say it all kicks off this month, but it will filter out for years to come. It's not going to be an abrupt thing. But on a personal level, as Pluto represents anything hidden, you may be actually prompted this month to change a password or even discover a long-kept secret. And of course, we have had some extreme solar activity recently. And of course, we have a Mercury in retrograde. It will be retrograding in the sign of Sagittarius. It would be really wise to back up any work, save down financial statements, as power outages and the potential for them will increase. And I would also say double check any travel plans for errors, because of course Sagittarius energy rules like travel, adventures, and Mercury retrogrades can delay results, delay travel, or influence technical glitches, especially with apps or social media platforms. For example, I'm just being given an energy right now. Some of you may be in the midst of booking something and it changes the date as you're booking it and you're like, what? So I would just double check everything just in case there. Now also, on a personal level, Mercury retrograde can be very positive, allowing us to slow down the pace, to see the minute details before moving forward on something so we don't miss it, encourages revamps, renewals, and gives us second chances to make long-lasting positive changes. Now, the new moon in Scorpio will also rub shoulders with a Jupiter alignment and trine Saturn, so it will be a perfect time for you to set a new intention and tap into that tenacity and ambition to make things happen on your own terms. And the successful outcomes will be long-lasting. Now, we also have the star Agal, which will be visible in the constellation Perseus throughout November. So we may see a battle of positivity over negativity. And during this time, the dates to note will be the 9th, 12th, and 29th. So, there may be dates where you feel supercharged and excited and positive, and then the next minute you feel a little bit low energy, maybe a little bit negative about the way things are going right now. May even be some sort of battle in the world as well regarding those dates as well. So we also have Uranus, the great awakener to truth, being strongly triggered by that full moon on the 15th of November, as they're only 1 degree apart. So we could see some shocking world events unfold or be revealed around this date that truly opens our eyes, especially on the financial front, as the full moon will be in the sign of Taurus. Now, of course, Taurus, it represents money, acquisitions, real estate, things like that. So there may be an admission that potentially things are not as good as we previously thought they were financially. And there may even be some well-known brands or institutions that may close this month. We could also see a launch of new global apps or technology that changes how we advance. But on a personal level, you may actually have a shocking revelation about an event that you've already experienced or someone from your past. And this revelation actually helps you heal from this and move on from it from a place of empowerment. Ultimately, Uranus during this period can help you discover a eureka moment to help you move forward with big ideas and breakthroughs and really give you the power to transform your life in the most positive way. And your first card there is Bonfire. Okay, so I really feel here that you're setting your soul alight. I feel like you are lighting up your world literally to intensely work on something. I mean, the Hermit energy is also present. So some of you may feel a little bit like withdrawing in order to work on something creative, because you also have that Four of Wands there. But this is a card of enthusiasm. This is a card of reigniting your lust for life, your passion. I mean, a lot of you have been going through some challenging times. You've got the Phoenix here. You may feel that you're in the middle of something, so you haven't quite been the Phoenix rising from the ashes yet, because you have been struggling with something. There's a Six of Wands here that's in the resistance position in the Ten of Cups. I feel like, you are feeling pretty drained, and for some of you, you may be feeling a bit stuck, or you may feel that something didn't go your way and it's knocked your confidence in some way, but I see you bouncing back, okay? So if you've been feeling a little bit down in yourself, or just feeling like exhausted, that it seems to be the same old thing, November is going to hit different, and I feel like you're supercharged, you are focused, you are going to be in an energy of productivity, and time is going to be on your side. I feel a lot of you have deadlines this month, or you're setting yourself personal deadlines, and I feel like you're going to be right on target. I also see that you learn about how you're so capable of whatever it is you're doing and how you're charging through, and nothing's going to phase you is what I see. Now, sometimes some of you may feel a little bit anxious from time to time. Can you get it all done? Well, the answer is yes. And I see here with that Eight of Pentacles at the end of the month, this is also about you investing some time with yourself as well. The Hermit kind of supports the fact that some of you may actually want to withdraw within yourself to do a bit of soul searching, but this is your overarching approach to the month, and I feel like you're ready to move forward on something. I mean, also some of you, there could be a cathartic experience that you're having. I feel in and around, like, I know I'm doing a reading for November, but in and around like October 31st, like Samhain, or, this period like the next day. I'm getting this crossover energy that some of you may be doing some rituals about setting intentions and basically releasing experiences that have been difficult or traumatic, things that you've gone through, almost like purging things. It's like writing a note or a list and like burning it. So some of you may actually be doing a ritual at the beginning of November or the cusp of October, November time in order to release and clear the way for better energy to come. Now, your third house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that's quite exciting because it basically means you're communicating, you're finding your voice, you're having your needs met, but also you're speaking loud and proud, expressing yourself and your ideas. And also the law of attraction is listening for you as well. So, anything that you really want, visualize it, communicate it to the universe, and watch the universe move mountains for you to get whatever it is that you desire. This is a period where you're going to notice that if you need a person to come into your life to help you with anything, or doors to open for you, or more money, or more opportunities, or even love, whatever it is, set your intention at the beginning of November or even the cusp of October, if you see this before the 1st of November, because I feel like you are going to accomplish it. Now, also, you may feel you have a little bit more desire to get to know your neighbors or the people around you during this period, or spend more time with siblings if you have siblings. If not, you'll want to really spend a little bit more time with your soul tribe. But the Hermit energy indicates that a lot of you are really exhausted, so you do need to withdraw occasionally to get some rest there. And some of you may even take a quick getaway or quick trip. I see a quick one happening here. We have that Six of Wands. There is an energy here of you wanting to utilize your time and move forward on a project, but I feel like you may take like a small vacation, even if it's a little road trip or just a day away somewhere for you and your family or you and yourself. I really feel that there is an energy of getting away. But this month, there's going to be a lot to celebrate for you. There is an exhilarating energy around you at the beginning of the month where you're attracting a lot of opportunity, and your ninth house of, meaning actually comes into play at the end of the month. So you're going to be on that great quest for making such an effort to make a difference in your part of the world and also focus on your life purpose. I feel like you are connecting to your higher self. You're restabilizing yourself in something. And I also feel like you may pay more attention to your spiritual gifts or your thoughts, connecting to your higher self there, and really like learning about looking at the bigger picture to see where you are, how you're on track, and how to develop your belief system and deepen this sense of value in life and emotional contentment. I feel, there's an energy here of you just want to be happy, okay? Now, I feel like you're trying to maintain and sustain life as best as possible. I mean, with the Eight of Pentacles present, I see that a lot of November is going to kind of be business as usual, focusing on your projects, your responsibilities, keeping your head down. If you're in a career, I feel like you're working really hard, but some of you, I feel like you may celebrate something that comes in regarding a career, and I feel there is a new opportunity opening up to you. Now, this could be like you figureheading a new department, or there's new opportunities or a new project there, but some of you may be actually putting your resume out there to find new opportunities, because that Six of Wands indicates you're feeling a bit stuck where you're at and you want to move forward. You feel like you've hit a glass ceiling or a plateau, and you're looking for alternative opportunities. And for some of you, you're working really hard to work for yourself, be your own boss. So I feel you've set yourself a deadline, you're working to it, and I feel like you're keeping your head down. If you're not in a career, I feel like you're focusing on personal projects. I feel there is an energy here of like not wasting time and basically getting out there and exploring what life has to offer, reigniting that passion, almost like romancing your life in some way. And that bonfire is like the spark. It could be the spark of intention, the spark of ideas, passion, but it says here, enthusiasm, energy, heated, intense, joy, ignition, ignite, passion, exhilaration, spark, community, sharing ideas, getting things going, and then, fierce. So I feel, there is a passion rising up with you where you are unstoppable this month, and you're going to be very productive. I mean, it's number one, which tends to be magician energy, which is really great because the ninth house and the third house really connects to that law of attraction, thoughts becoming things, you're magnetizing opportunities towards you, but also you're focused on your vision. And I feel like you're channeling all your energy and realizing that, yes, you're going to be super focused, you're remaining confident in who you are, and I feel like you're learning Even though sometimes there's a little bit of a bump in the road, you're learning how to celebrate yourself there and really recognize that you're doing a really great job. Now, bonfires are magnetic as well. When you think about fire, it's kind of like hypnotic, and I'm really getting an energy from the Four of Wands. Some of you may actually think about, and this may be something you're just thinking about, hypnotism, okay? So either you're learning about it, or perhaps some of you may have been curious about hypnotism and the mind and learning about the human psyche. So it could be either that you're going to train in it, or perhaps you're going to have some of that therapy yourself in order to lay the ghosts to the past to bed. So some of you could be going through that, because I feel like you've had some sort of traumatic experience or a difficult emotional experience that you found hard to move on from. And I feel that, you want to reclaim your energy and reclaim your life. So perhaps that's a therapy you thought about. Now, I don't really know anything about that. So obviously go and seek a professional there if you are thinking about that. Others may not be wanting to mess with that at all. So please apply it to your situation. But I feel this energy of hypnotic, and if it's not that, I feel it could be that you are like mesmerized by your goals and really passionate to the point where you have to inject all that intensity to make sure you get your projects done and remain on target, which I totally see you doing. Now, I'm also being shown, before I even approach this card, and this is actually the Four of Wands, so this really connects. There's a win here, and it's quite at the beginning of the month, beginning of November. There's something to celebrate here for you. I'm being shown a person who plays basketball shooting a hoop, okay, and the ball is actually going through the hoop, and it's like a great shot. So either you are literally someone who plays basketball and you're going to have some sort of game, and I feel like you could either win the match, or you score the most important win of the season or something like that. I don't really know anything about basketball, but I'm just seeing that there. For some of you, you could be in training. You could be offered like a scholarship during this period if you're wanting to be a basketball player. For some of you, it could also symbolically mean that you're shooting for something or aiming for something, and you're going to win it. You're going to accomplish it, and it's a great job. And I feel there's celebration here. So it feels like a win, feels like a score, and I feel, there's more to come, but I feel there's a personal win in the month of November. Now, this could be a personal project. Doesn't have to be career related. It can be that, you want to inject a little bit more energy into your everyday, that perhaps you're opening yourself up to festivals or new like environments or meeting new people. Some of you may be wanting to hit the gym and like beat a personal best or something like that, or monitor yourself, or just get moving and be in the flow of feeling great about yourself. And that Four of Wands energy also indicates a lot of you, I feel this energy of coming home to self more than anything. It's like rediscovering your passions, because I feel like you have been going through a challenging time that has robbed you of energy. And I feel like you've been just keeping your head down and getting by, and almost like not on autopilot, because I feel like, you try as much as possible to have a healthy dose of balance in your life. But I just feel a lot of you with that Ten of Cups, you're feeling a little bit dissatisfied with some area of your life right now, and you're trying to work your way back to better times. And I definitely see that you're going to do that. You're taking ownership and taking charge and igniting a little bit more adventure into your life as well. Now, the Four of Wands also indicates some of you may reconnect with people that you haven't seen for a while. There's reunion energy about this card. So I definitely see here that not only will you be celebrating a personal win, I see that you will spend good time in good company. This is a highly creative month for you, where you're going to be passionate, intense, driven, and you are accomplishing great things. But also I feel there's a strive for tranquility here, peace of mind, stability, and harmony, to be in the flow of life. And a lot of you are preparing for something. Bonfires or fires in general can indicate that you are regenerating something. So some of you may actually return to something that you haven't quite finished yet, and you may, put a few final touches to it. Or some of you are in the middle of a project and you're just making headway on it, and I feel like you will be triumphant. I feel actually there's an energy of accomplishing quite a lot of it in the month of November. And then I see that it's going to really energize you. It's almost like the more you do, the better you feel this month. And even though to some degree, I feel, there is this energy that you've been exhausted, I feel you pour all your energy and time into something that really feels fulfilling and it doesn't feel draining at all, okay? Now, of course, that Four of Wands indicates that, some of you may be doing some networking this month or spending time a little bit more sociably active, shall we say. So I feel, you'll be going out there or receiving invitations this month, and I feel there's a lot more fun on the table for you this month, which is really thrilling. But also I feel as you leave the month of November, you're back to your projects, serious about your responsibilities. But the Hermit energy can indicate that some of you are like really fed up with something, okay? Especially when you get the bonfire card, it can indicate that there's something you're trying to phase out that makes you feel exhausted or you're so done with it. This could be a person, could be that you don't want to enable a certain behavior anymore, or perhaps it's even a substance with the Ten of Cups there in the resistance position. It could be something like a beverage or something that you digest that you feel, it just drains your energy, or you feel that it kind of makes you feel distracted in some way. And I feel like you could be cutting it out this month. Also with that Hermit energy, I'm not surprised to see it because of your 3rd house and 9th house, very deep spiritual quest energy of the meaning of life. So you will do a deep dive into, the reason you're here and focusing on, your true life's mission and calling. But also I feel like you've been on the go recently. And although I do see that you're going to be still busy to some degree, I feel like there is a need there for good quality rest. Okay. Now, it's really interesting because we've got these 2 cards and it's like a desire to blend in with the background and kind of like, have your own time, maybe get cozy at home, read a good book. And then there is this 4 of Wands where it's like you really want to see people as well. So you may need to temper that energy because, when you make a plan and you think it's a great idea at the first, and then when the day approaches, you're like, oh, actually, I don't really want to go now. So I feel like you may have some of those moments in November, but it's about prioritizing what's important and also listening to yourself and saying, okay, I just not feeling it right now. So being honest with yourself and taking good quality rest there. Also, I feel a lot of you have been searching for inspiration. You may have felt that life got pretty dull, boring, same. 8 of Pentacles is like a routine or repetitive cycle. And, it's like you have commitments. We all do. We're all adults. And, the Page of Wands is also like, can we have balance between fun, excitement, spontaneity, different experiences, new people, new ideas, new projects, and the same old responsibilities? And will it burn me out? So I feel a lot of you are like utilizing your time or trying to change your schedule so that you do have more time for fun and also for you. But I also feel a lot of you have been trying to transform an area of your life for quite some time, and it may have felt like it's very slow moving or you cannot see evidence that you're making progress in that. And you're going to see that evidence, okay? So whether it is a career path that you're trying to make headway on, whether it is you hitting the gym and trying to make a difference with your health, whether it is a relationship that you're trying to be more open with and more sort of like communicative of your needs, whatever it is, I see you making radical progress this month. It's all about change there. Now, we also have Phoenix rising from the ashes there, and we've got the resistance position. So at first it shows up like this, but it will go into the upright at the end of the month. So this indicates that sometimes things just don't transform, okay? Sometimes things remain the same for a certain period of time. The lessons remain the same, and that means that we haven't reached the pinnacle point of the breakthrough, but you're about to do that. Sometimes the same sort of people or experiences are sent into our lives to test us. And I feel like you've had a real testing time recently. And I feel like you're overcoming that and passing tests. For some of you, this could literally be that you're taking like a driving test, or you are studying something and you're going to pass a test. I feel like you're investing everything you've got into passing this test, and I feel like you will, okay? But when you're in the middle of something, sometimes it's hard to gauge, am I making progress? Will I make progress? Am I going to pass? Well, the answer is yes, okay? Now, of course, that doesn't mean you should be complacent. I definitely see that you're not the sort of person to do that, but I definitely see that all this energy that you're injecting into your life right now, whether it's to transform a location, whether it is to transform a relationship, you're going to be on target and make it happen. And it says here, transformation, eternal soul, renewal, resurrection, rebirth, destroy something. So it could be that you're like tearing something down in order to rebuild there, rising from ashes, emerging, a new era is upon you, alchemy, transmutation, ascension, and the end is just the beginning. Now, of course, every ending is really a new beginning because it means it's a form of transformation. So I feel like you've been in a transition period for quite some time. And sometimes when we feel that things are going really wrong or things get really chaotic, it basically means that you're about to level up in some area of your life. And I feel that things may have been a little bit challenging recently, but you will rise from the ashes. You're a very strong person. And a lot of you, there is an energy because the Four of Wands can be to basically not just come home to oneself, but also to think about family and friends. And I feel there's one person that either you are alienating yourself from that person, or you feel someone has taken a real step back from you. And I feel there's this energy of you've tried with this person. If it is a person that you're dealing with, I feel like you've tried. You've given unconditional love to this person. This person with that Six of Wands there, I feel like you've tried everything you could. And sometimes the best thing to do is just be there to support a person. But if you feel that they're taking advantage of your support all the time, taking a step back, just make sure that you do not enable their behavior anymore. And then that really sets them on the path to thinking and transforming their life with their own energy. Because sometimes you need to take a step back so someone can like just go off and fly and do their own thing and kind of like go through a personal development or even a spiritual awakening. And we cannot hold their hand throughout that. Okay, you can be there for them, but if you feel that they're still distant or they're not making an effort or they're not trying for themselves, I see you really stepping back so that they can step forward and let you know how they see you in life. So for example, if you have a friend that you're always reaching out to and you feel actually they're never reaching out back and you feel, you know what, I keep putting myself out there for this person, letting them know I'm there for them, and I feel you are kind of like, okay, you know what, I'm just going to go and do my life and just stop reaching out, and then you'll see this person come right back. They'll want to meet up with you. I feel this person, it's not intentional. I feel this person really cares about you, but I feel with that Six of Wands energy, this person, they have been going through something and they've kind of completely retreated, and I just get an energy that they're also trying to transform their life in some way, and they have it's almost like they've been going through a challenging time and almost testing people to see who's there for them. And you've been there for them, but it's like once you test a person and then they show up for you, and then it feels like this person has like tested more. So it just feels like this person, you know, they've been going through a bit of a challenging time and they've been taking it out on their friends a little bit is what I'm seeing there. So I feel like you stepping away actually makes them come forward. It's not a game. I feel it's about value, and I feel you may have some sort of exchange with that person in the month of November there. Now, I'm really getting a sense of old friends. So some of you may feel very nostalgic about college friends, wondering what they're up to, or people that you used to hang out with that you may have lost touch with. And for some of you, I'm really getting this energy that you may be actually going home to where you grew up, or if you still live there, it could be that you are seeing people around that you haven't seen for a while. I also see that some of you, there's this coming together. I mean, these cards can indicate that, you know, all generations are coming together. And I mean, some of you literally may go to the beach. I don't think you can do a bonfire on the beach in some countries, but, you know, please obviously stay safe. And, but if you're doing that, or perhaps it's in a garden or like a party, an invitation, I see a lot of invitations around you. It could be that there's really nice coming together around the fire, this warmth of family and friends. And although family and friends, there's always complex dynamics between us all, okay? But there is a moment of like, yeah, we're all together. We're in this together. So I feel there's some nice moments for you over the month of November. But also I feel that this is you kind of signifying that you have overcome a challenging experience that has really drained you. It's been tough, and I feel like you're coming through this, and then it's like, I'm being given this energy, now time will tell. Okay, so whatever it is you've been going through, because of course it's going to be different for everybody, I feel it's almost like you come through it, but you're also expecting like more difficulty on the other side. But I actually see that you break free from this, and I feel that, you know, now it's about maintaining, and I feel there's a lot of success around you, warmth, recognition, but also it's like time will tell. And I feel you're going to see that actually everything's okay. There's nothing to worry about. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. Now with that Six of Wands, you know, this is a card, especially in the resistance position, it can indicate that, you know, you are in training for something. You may not be telling anybody about it. It doesn't have to be a course of study, or it could be like something personal. It could be that you are training to help other people through challenging times. With that Six of Wands, a lot of you have been feeling a bit stuck. You may have had an experience that knocked your confidence recently, and you've had to transform. For example, if you've been in a career and you were made redundant, or you lost your job, for example, it could be that it really knocked the wind out of your sails, and you felt a little bit like in a washing machine of life, like, what's next? And I feel if you're looking for a job and you haven't found an opportunity, November is the one to get an opportunity there. There's an energy here of good money. I feel this is something that actually I'm getting two energies. It feels very much like there's a lot of work to do, but I also feel like you get to manage your own time. So some of you, it could be a freelance position, or it could be a seasonal thing. For some of you, it's a long-term position, but I feel like you get to work on your own time frame as long as the work's done. So some of you may even travel with this work. And ultimately, the Eight of Pentacles indicates you'll work hard for the money, but there's opportunities for things to be really exciting and move up to the next level. For some of you, it could be that you found finding love challenging. And if that's the case, I feel, you know, getting yourself out there, even though you crave hermit mode, some of you may have been in a homebody state for quite some time. This month sees you getting out there and like having a lot of fun. Now, I feel like you have the strong potential to meet someone where there is a spark, divine timing. You are meant to meet this person, and I'm being drawn to some sort of fancy dress, especially since we've got the Alice in Wonderland card there. It doesn't have to be Alice in Wonderland themed, but I feel some of you are going to be invited to like a fancy dress event. And I feel like you are strongly going to meet someone there who really gets you. And it's a very healthy relationship. You know, Eight of Pentacles can indicate it will end up in a commitment. Okay, so I want you to be aware of that as well. Now, Six of Wands indicates some sort of recognition and success, some good news. That's two major pieces of good news. One of them you've been waiting for. The other one is a nice surprise, is what I'm being given. But the Six of Wands is really to step into the spotlight of your life. You know, you are in charge of the pen that writes the narrative and story of your life. So, you know, if you were to read your life, what would it say about you? What would you say about your past? I feel like you are, you know, trying to transform and challenge yourself so that you get the best out of life. And yeah, you've had some things thrown at you that have been truly difficult, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, but this is your moment to rise from that. A lot of you may even write a book in the future about your experiences and how you went from nothing to something, or you went through a challenging time and overcame it, and you will really be an inspiration to others as well, is what I see there. But this card, it is an influencer, okay? Some of you may actually, set up second streams of income, maybe become an influencer online. It could also be that you're influencing your circumstances and basically, moving towards a in a unique way. And I feel you are literally this month going through a major period of enlightenment, lots of new knowledge coming to you. But ultimately, I feel you're not here for accolades or for someone to pat you on the back and say, you did a good job, Virgo. I feel there's this sense of pride within yourself, knowing that you make a difference, okay? I feel like you're here to make an impact in whatever area of life you find yourself in, whether you are retired right now, whether you are in a career, whether you are a carer, whatever you're doing right now, I feel like you are making an impact, and I feel it's high time that you celebrate yourself. But I also see it coming together of family or people you consider your soul tribe that really want to celebrate you. So I feel there is like this impromptu kind of like dinner or going out that you will have some deep relationship conversations with those people. So it could be family members, could be friends, but I feel they really let you know that they really appreciate you. They may not say it every day, but I definitely see some conversations coming forward to say, you know what, we really love that you are on our side and in our life there as well. Now, of course, you've got a lot of wands for the month of November, and your first card is bonfire. Very passionate energy. This is about you exploring your passions, being very creative. And the Ten of Cups, you know, it is in the resistance position at first, so it can indicate a lot of you are feeling there's a missing ingredient, or you feel that you're not completely satisfied, even though you're grateful for everything that's in your life. I feel like you're looking for more, okay? Now, of course, that's not out of greed. It just means that you feel there's more to life than what's happening for you right now, and you're in search of it, especially because your ninth house gives you that craving, that quest for meaning there. And, you know, this is about healthy relationships, happy environments. This is about peace, serenity, good fortune, and well-being. And it will go into the upright. So I feel you do find quite a few missing ingredients this month, and you feel really proud of yourself there. This is a card of happiness. This is a card of, you know, positive outcomes, joy, cycles of fulfillment, because we all go through that. Cycles of fulfillment. Sometimes we feel like we're up and we've got everything that we desire. The next minute we feel, okay, doing okay. It would be nice if I had that though. And then you pursue it. You've got the Page of Wands there, which is really the pursuit. And you've got the Ten of Cups, which is the pursuit of happiness. So the Ten of Cups, a lot of you, there is an energy here of focusing a lot on your family this month. And it can indicate that sometimes, especially if there are family events, because I feel there may be an event where family members come together, you know, it can feel like the same old conversations or the same old conflicts, and I feel you're rising above it. You're acknowledging that we're all human, that we all get stuck in a bit of a cycle of repeat, broken record sometimes. I know that many, many years ago when I was going through a very difficult time, I talked about the same thing over and over and over again because I was in pain. I was stuck and I didn't know how to get out of it. So every conversation with pretty much everyone I met at the time seemed to find its way round to the issue at hand, because I was searching for a lifeline and I didn't realize it. And only years after, when I'd healed it, did I think, wow, oh my gosh, I must have bent everyone's ear off talking about the same thing. But I was in so much pain. I was literally saying, help, someone help me. And I feel for some of you, you may be looking at either, friendship circles or family members who tend to talk about something over and over and over again. It means it's really important to them. It means it's their little jewel or their little sadness that they hold on to sometimes. And we've all got that somewhere inside ourselves. And there's just a lot of empathy knowing that we've all got our thing. And even though sometimes there's conflict in that, it's about acknowledging and honoring differences and saying, you know what? That person is strong to get over that. Even though they talk about it again and again, it means, they're still trying to search for the meaning in it. And I feel like you're understanding that in some aspect of a family member or a friend, or it could even be like extended family. So I feel like you're looking at people from different viewpoints this month, and it's actually quite a cathartic experience. It's like a human experience, we all have our thing. We're all going through something, and empathy can unite us, and compassion as well there. Now, of course, the Ten of Cups, it will be in the upright. So this is basically you and your family, very important, or the people that you call your soul tribe coming together. And of course, money is important too, but I feel right now you're on a quest to truly be happy, spiritually evolve, focus on all your responsibilities, because you do have some there with that Eight of Pentacles, and overcome some challenges. And some of you, I feel there's an energy here that you may have gone through a breakup or a divorce at some point, or some of you may have been going through that recently. I feel there is an energy here of, trying to move on from it. So it's a very cathartic experience, and that may be something that you're writing down to get that experience out, burning it, releasing it into the universe and saying, enough. I've had enough of this cycle, and now I'm moving on to the next era of my life, empowered, learnt the lessons, and excited about what comes next. So whatever your challenge, I feel like you're kind of like releasing it out, and in November, you embrace a whole different energy set. Now we've got White Rabbit, okay? Now, of course, this can indicate that a lot of you are focused on time this month. You're going to be very productive. You're going to be supercharged and get a lot done. And it says here, spark of curiosity. I'm loving that that card is with the Page of Wands, because the Page of Wands is curious, bold and daring, new adventures, acting on new ideas, following desires and hunches, and finding purpose and value in everything that comes to your mindset. So I feel here this is a very exciting time to be active on creative projects or ideas, and basically be really connected to your surroundings, almost like reigniting that lust for life, as I said there. It says spiritual awakening, gnosis. It's time, heeding the call, researching, inner knowing, going from the dark to the light, going down the rabbit hole, and waking from the dream. Now, of course, because you have a Four of Wands there and the Hermit energy, I feel there is like, if you're going out and you like a tipple, for example, there is a potential to have a bit of a hangover, is what I see there. So it's like waking from the dream, like what happened last night? Building memories, but not really remembering the memories. So I feel some of you with that Hermit energy, you may temper your pace, okay, if you're going out there having a lot of fun. And for some of you, of course, that do not drink, it could be that you're sourcing events where people come together either on a spiritual level or just on a non-alcoholic level, where people come together in community and just enjoy dancing, vibing, being artistic, and all of those things. So for some of you who've been going through a period of not drinking or having any substances, for example, it could be that you are, finding people who are in the same environment as you, because you may feel that sometimes people who, drink or whatever, you may feel that they don't get it, that they try to tempt you and say, oh, come on, just join us for one. And of course, I feel you are tempering your energy to that. So please take it as it resonates. That's not going to resonate with everyone, of course. I feel a lot of you are looking at what you need to cut out of your diet or out of your health routine this month as well, because I feel like you just want to be happy. And as you start to mature, I feel like you're trying to choose healthier choices and also move away from drama as well there. Now, with the Hermit, you're an old soul for sure, but also I feel like you're focusing on yourself at this time. But also I feel like you may be looking at the challenges of the world. Because we do have the rabbit hole there, sometimes we get carried away with certain news sources or we discover things. Pluto this month so active that, this is about the reveal, things happening, and realizing that sometimes, if you've gone down the rabbit hole in something and suddenly then you find it's true, you're like, what? It's really important to recognize that we must not allow these things to capture us in a cycle of fear or, take away our power so we don't move forward and enjoy life, okay? There's lots of things online to watch and clickbait and all of those things, but we must use a measured discernment when we're watching everything and make our own opinion and decision. And of course, everyone's got a different one, and we must honor each other's opinions and responses to things. But I feel there may be a story or something that you read in the month of November where you feel, oh my gosh, that's like, it almost draws you down that rabbit hole. And I feel just be a little bit mindful that it doesn't cause fear or worry, because I actually see there's nothing to worry about, okay? Now, that Page of Wands is for you to really be explorative this month. What works for you, what doesn't work for you, to live your passions and trust in your visions. Also, this card indicates more news. So there's 3 sets of news. 2 of them you will celebrate. 1 you've been expecting and 1 is a surprise, okay? The other set of news, I feel it's more about making a move in the next phase of your life. It feels like some sort of strategy. I feel also it could be connected to your finances. So I would say, look at where you house your finances and how that institution is doing. Make your decisions based on what you find out. I would say, again, there's nothing to worry about there, but this Page of Wands indicates doing a little bit of investigating, but also, really being eager to move forward on something. So some of you may get like an incentive to move financial institutions, but make sure that the one that you're moving to is doing okay as well. Okay, that's what I'm being given there. But also, it's another wand card, which highlights this passionate approach to the month, exploring new options. Some of you may even take a trip. something that perhaps you've been postponing or delaying. Could be a spiritual trip, could be a retreat, especially with the Hermit there and the Six of Wands. Could be a spiritual retreat, or perhaps some of you have been putting off going to a spiritual class or some sort of environment where people are a little bit more accepting of your faith or your spirituality in some way. And I feel like you join a group of people and it really empowers you and makes you feel like you've come home in some way, because there is this energy of reigniting a part of yourself where you feel like you belong, okay? Now, we also have that Eight of Pentacles, which means you're working hard. Even if you're in a career, this is about you, like, working hard for the money, repetitive cycles, but it means you're a pro at what you do, and I see you being acknowledged for that. There may be some news, as I said, about some sort of opportunity coming your way, where you get either a new project or a new client, or you feel it's high time that you either move to a different environment so you can staircase in your career and really utilize your skill set. Or some of you may be thinking about migrating your skills and going abroad, is what I see. Six of Wands can be to move somewhere or travel. Sixes are like journey cards, so it could be that you've accomplished something and now you want to move on or expand or diversify in some way. And the Eight of Pentacles indicates like a solid amount of money. So whether you are having your pension right now or benefits or things that you work for, I feel it's sustained money. It just feels like it's same old, same old. It feels like the same amount of money that you usually get. With that Eight of Pentacles, you may reinvest that money into treating yourself a little bit, but also this could indicate that you're just focused on your commitments at the end of the month. You're dedicated to making life work, but also inject a little bit of passion there along the way. Also, that Eight of Pentacles is an indication that a lot of you are learning more about what you're capable of or gaining knowledge about yourself. And some of you, as I said, may even think about going to a counselor or going to some sort of hypnotism or something in order to learn more about yourself and the root cause of some of the challenges that you've had and how you can overcome them and get to that next stage. But ultimately, when you get this card, this indicates that there is an opportunity that you will eagerly embrace this month. It's something that's been developing for quite some time, and I feel it could be something you applied for. I see you ticking boxes. I see someone putting X's in boxes right now. So it could be, something that you applied for. It could be a competition. It could be, a job. It could be that you put in for the house of your dreams. Perhaps you've given a certain amount of money that you want to offer for the property. It could also be that, you are basically, I feel like you're tapping into this youthful energy in order to do things that you've always wanted to do. And I feel there's just a bubbling up of energy and excitement that's going to help you move forward. But also that Eight of Pentacles is to ground yourself and make sure that things are in place before you dedicate yourself to something. So if you're ticking boxes or filling in forms this month, I feel, it's going to get the desired outcome, whatever that outcome is for you. Also, I feel this is about you thinking of your financial future. Some of you may even be investing in a lot of hard work right now so you can retire early, or some of you are thinking about when is the right time to retire, and you may be making a plan there and, just trying to utilize your resources right now so you can make things work later on. And you may have lots of different types of pensions or 401ks there as well, and you're giving a little bit to every one of them in order to make sure that you have enough for that period. I feel if you're in retirement right now, this is about spending time with family, friends, but also spending good quality time having adventures as well and doing things that you've never done before. Either way, I feel this is quite an exhilarating month, and you're getting the energy from somewhere, even though at the root of it, a lot of you are feeling very exhausted or fed up with the way things have always been. So you're challenging the norm, you're challenging the status quo there, and I feel you're going to inject a lot of enthusiasm into your life, but also a lot of adventure as well. Now I'm just going to go and get some final cards for you. Anything else my beautiful Virgo needs to know about the month of November? We have gifts. Okay, so we have perspective, a different view of things. We did mention that briefly there. It says being objective, long run, creative work, and shiny objects. Okay, so some of you could be making a purchase this month, treating yourself to something. And of course, all that glitters is not gold, but I feel, you tend to go for quality rather than quantity. So I feel anything that you're purchasing or that you want to purchase that is shiny, it normally has a lot of value to it, and you get the best of whatever is on offer, and it will last a long time. Okay, also I'm seeing some sort of message come your way that gives you a new perspective on something, and it's really positive, whatever it is. I'm feeling positive vibes there. We've got powerful people. Okay, now whenever we see a pyramid, it tends to mean that you're channeling your energy into certain pursuits. And of course, because you have that Four of Wands there, getting out there, networking opportunities. If you are in business, I feel you will meet some very powerful people indeed, and they will open doors for you. But I see a lot of you opening the doors for yourself. And I feel that's what attracts the powerful people in the first place, because it feels like you're doing it all by yourself and people are noticing. So we've got boss, CEO, owner, manager, influence, moving up, and scheme. So a lot of you, this could be that you're trying to be your own boss, or if you're your own boss already, you're an entrepreneur. It can be that things have been challenging recently and you're looking at things that are working, but also you're wondering, because it's been so challenging, do you love what you do anymore? And I feel you do. I actually see that you really love what you're doing, but because it's been challenging, some of it may have felt like a bit of a chore. But with that Page of Wands, you may actually put a different spin on something or tweak something or even inject a new idea. And actually, it just changes the whole ball game there. And it feels a lot more free for you and a lot more enjoyable. Now we've got clever ploy, stepping up your game. Okay, so this is, as I said, injecting a little bit more enthusiasm and energy into your life, outwitting them, negotiating, wise tactics, and behind the scenes. A lot of you with that Hermit, you could be working on something under the radar there. I feel some of you may be feeling like going off grid. Don't get me wrong, I see you being very sociable this month as well. You find the balance between the two. But if there's anything you're working on, I feel like you're keeping it to yourself at this time. And thank you so much. I'm so grateful. This is so random. I just got this energy of like aches and pains. Okay. If some of you have been feeling really exhausted and you have aches and pains, there is the potential there that you may see a practitioner who can locate or identify like a vitamin deficiency. That's what's coming through very strongly. So, please take it as it resonates. I'm not a health practitioner, but that Eight of Pentacles tells me you'll be focusing on your health as well, discovering something about you this month. So if you've been going through some random aches and pains recently and you don't have like a seasonal cold or anything like that, it could be that you're deficient in something there and you will identify it in the month of November. We've also got gifts. So not only are you treating yourself, it says here, giving and receiving, wealthy donor, retail, sales, surprise, windfall, and generous. Now, the main energy I'm getting back from this is that all of that good stuff that you've been putting out there, there's some good karma coming back. I feel things have been a little bit uneven or even a little bit unfair for you recently, but I feel the universe is going to readdress the balance for you. Also, I mean, there could be like some good reviews for a product or service that you give if you're in a career. Could also be, as I said, friends or family letting you know that they really appreciate you. I see a lot of you also tapping into, a talent that you have or returning to something that you used to love doing, and it's just going to revamp and revitalize your energy. And also I get this energy of, Eight of Pentacles, yeah, I could see a surprise windfall. Eight of Pentacles is a substantial amount of money. It's 2 away from the 10. So I would say that some of you, there is a potential to get some good news around the financial sector. It could be that some of you are told in your company that you're going to get a bonus, but you may not get it until December. For some of you, it could be that, there's a good return on some of your acquisitions. It could also be like, if you do a scratch card or something, it could be that you have a small win on that. I'm not saying go out there and get a scratch card. I'm just saying, that there is a bit of a windfall. There's definitely a surprise news coming your way, but I I gotta be honest, I didn't see it being financial in nature, but because this card has popped out, I would say there is still the potential for it to be connected to money there. Ultimately, I feel like you're working really hard to make life work. You have a lot of responsibilities, a lot of good things coming here. I feel November somehow, as everybody else is kind of slowing down because they feel exhausted, you're stepping up your game. You're like going for it and you're supercharged. So we have only one trinket here, and it is the key, okay? And it's got the fleur-de-lis on the bottom there, which basically is the Emperor energy. It's about taking charge. It's about success. It's about your plan. It's about your strategy. And it's also indicating you have the traits of a leader. Now, also the traits of a protector. You have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. Some of you may even be helping a family member through a very difficult or taxing time, okay? That's there as well. And I feel you are not spreading yourself thin. I feel like you really care about this person and are there for them. But I also see that there may be a breakthrough for you and them during the month of November. But keys, they always deliver answers. So I feel all the answers that you've been seeking, there's a lot of clarity for you this month and breakthroughs left, right, and center for you. And some of you may even be purchasing real estate this month is what I see there. You may be getting the keys to an apartment. You may be renting for the first time. For some of you, you may be leaving home and re-exerting your independence there. For some of you, it could be that you're given a responsibility in your working environment, the keys to the building to lock up or something like that. So some of you, this could also be that you hear a secret. Someone asks you to keep a secret there, and I feel, of course, you would keep that secret, but I feel also with that Page of Wands, it's one of those secrets that maybe you don't like keeping, so you may have to talk to the person who gives you that secret and sort of try and hash that one out. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. Very complex, but I hope it does connect in some way to someone out there. I have to honor the cards that pop out and the energy that is there as well. Ultimately, I feel there's a lot of personal wins this month for you, and I feel like you're on target. Things are running smoothly. You're overcoming some challenges there. And I feel like you're showing up for yourself. And it's like you're a pro at doing life, even though you may not feel like it sometimes, okay? I'll leave it there. Thank you so much, my beautiful Virgo, and love and light.